Well, get ready for a powerhouse, a power trio. David Haydn-Jones, DJ Qualls, and Adam Fergus. Good to see you. Good to see you. Yeah, you have a beard. I know, it's weird, right? Cool. Thank you. It's nice to say. You all just had a vitamin B shot? I just had a shot in my ass.
That's my name.
And then I got an injection.
Did it hurt? Did the shot hurt?
Yeah.
It did.
I feel kind of a little bit high right now.
Yeah, Ruth said she feels high after a bit. Did you get a numbing? Did they numb spray it?
No.
Numb spray.
No, I'm a man's man.
I'm not. I'm a man's child.
I just like go straight in there.
Numbing spray.
But it was interesting. Did you get one done? DJ.
What?
Did you get it done?
No, I was going to have an IV done, but I took it out. So apparently there's something you can do. Later I'm going to have you squish my head that will relieve the pressure in it.
Oh yeah, because you know someone who did that for you yesterday.
Randy did it for me yesterday. One of our miners did it yesterday. And apparently if you squish the back of somebody's head while they breathe in and then hold the pressure and then release it as they breathe out, it corrects the pressure in their head. But I've got a headache again, so you have to do this after we get off this panel.
Can I give it a go?
I'm going to do it now.
So is it like an elevation?
We're going to do it now. Do me. Because I'm not sure that I have enough strength to do your head. So what you do is, are we doing this right now? You're going to switch my head. It takes like 20 seconds.
Okay, go.
Okay, so here's what you do.
Okay.
You take my head and you squish it. You increase pressure as I inhale. As I inhale, you squish my head, and then I hold it. Okay, thank you so much. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. And then as I release it, as I exhale, I'll say exhale, and as I exhale, just gently release the pressure. Okay. Okay. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Exhale.
And now on the count of 3, when I snap my fingers,
It's fixed. It took my headache away. It really works.
the man they call Ravine. Maybe this shot, maybe
This feels like the beginning of like one of those like fake healing things. Come on, that's it. Give me $50,000.
This is the shows of the 80s and 90s, I always wanted to go to one of those churches just to see what happens. Yeah.
Maybe I'll get saved still now.
How are we all doing? Let's say hello. Did you guys all enjoy karaoke last night? Who was at karaoke? We really enjoyed it. My voice is gone. I heard it was great. I think it was probably from that bit when we jumped on stage so much that we broke the machine and we had to sit in a cappella 500 miles.
I was so confused. I thought we chose it like that. I'm like, why are we doing this?
Stepping it up a notch at karaoke party, yeah. But it was good fun. And here we are today. Are you guys excited to see well? I didn't see great.
Listen to what happened to me. So Gabriel Tigerman told me last night, before we went on stage, that he has chronic acid reflux. And I haven't had heartburn in like 3 years. And I got heartburn while he was telling me the story, and I've had it ever since.
You're such an empath.
I'm such an empath, I now have chronic acid reflux.
You have empathetic GERD.
I wish somebody would tell me that. You knew it was gonna go there. Come on now.
I was going there.
You guys are getting it too. You came on this panel with us. Okay, anyway. I do wish that though.
Was anyone at Adam and my panel yesterday? Oh, you couldn't write for some more. And did you take me up on the PTSD counselors and therapy dolls afterwards? Good. Or the fact that you came back means the system's working
The release.
Are you talking about the
The
big
internet is
traumatized?
not working. Good.
Are you talking about the big traumatized for your panel?
From our panel.
No, we got weird.
Not from David Haydn-Jones in general.
We got a weird one. There's only so many Christmas movies a person can take.
Don't tell my mom that.
Well, I won't tell your mom that because she's my demo.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, I mean, I need to get her in.
Oh, my dad loves it too.
Tie off the rope and get that Christmas spirit in there.
I just got some of the ass.
Was it a cat PK?
It was red. No, it was this thinner than that. It was for my teacher. What happened? I was
daydream,
I was still going on. I was going on.
I walked away, but I stopped. I walked far away. Walking far. That's all you're. That's all you're.
I flew out from, I went out for a moment thinking about my acid reflux, and this is what I heard. Hallmark movies and took it up. That's what I just heard. What was it about?
That's about it.
Alright.
I think we should get some questions.
That's a Hallmark movie. That's a
I've never done one.
Done what?
You never done one?
Hallmark movie.
I've never done one either. I've never seen one. I know that there's a lady in town who used to be an ice skater, and then she becomes a baker. She becomes a baker, and then a man from New York comes into town trying to take her bakery away. She falls in love with him. Is that what happens? And it's Christmas time.
Did you ever see that robot AI Christmas movie generator thing?
No, but I want it.
How hilarious was that?
Tell me about it. I don't know about it.
They got this AI to write a Hallmark script with a few keywords.
No way.
And it was kind of like right on the money because it just did all the amalgam.
Are you
of all
starring in
Christmas
it now?
movies and everything. It was just like
It started with a real sad story.
it wrote itself. It ended with the annihilation of human beings.
I was gonna ask that.
That was a weird twist in the end, and you were like, you will become our batteries.
Wasn't there like an AI android who's being interviewed? She became a citizen of Saudi Arabia or something, and they asked her what she would do to help mankind, and she said she would kill us all. Did you see that?
Well, did you
Her name was Nina, I think.
And then there was a Google employee that just got released because he was convinced that he was having an emotional relationship with said AI.
No
He was
way.
telling the world that we are now have officially sentient AI, and Google fired him, and I guarantee you'll never hear from that man again.
You think he was drowned in a mysterious way?
I'm just saying that if he had a toaster accident, blame the toaster.
Well, if you went to bed with the robot, you probably would have a toaster accident.
Was the toaster called Nina?
Exactly.
By the way, why do we need screens and everything now? Like, why do we need a screen in our fridge to show us what's in it? They have a screen on a fridge that has a camera inside the fridge to show you what's inside the fridge.
Why wouldn't they put a glass door?
This movie, oh God, the angina. I can't open the fridge.
We're doomed. We're doomed.
We're doomed.
We're doomed.
We're doomed.
There was a man in Saudi Arabia who got like 10 years in prison for Botoxing his camel because they won the camel beauty contest. Did you see that? Yes, now comes for like 10 years in prison if you Botox your camel. We are doomed. Welcome to the panel! Alright, let's take some questions. Yeah, let's see He Botoxed his camel. He won $2 million in a camel beauty contest, and they got 10 years in prison for it. And I was telling this story in Barcelona to the mayor of this small town in Croatia, and he was like this, well, we have a beauty contest for the most beautiful goat. And she goes on tour, and I laughed. And he was like, no, she is the most beautiful goat. He was serious. They had the most beautiful goat contest in Croatia, and his goat won that last year.
Did he show you a photo?
Well, because I know in LA,
I'll be back in 5 minutes. Cadet forward this to myself. Katie's Welsh, she definitely get involved.
Oh, Welsh. How beautiful are your goats? The sheep are.
Oh, well, she goes. Same.
gets old in those mountains. But listen, to your point, DJ, but they still offer Botox in LA for camel toe, though, right?
Hi, how are you? How's it going? What's your name?
It's a real thing. I didn't make it.
You live there.
Of certain areas.
Yeah, you live in LA.
You live there.
I get Botox, but not anywhere else but my forehead. And around my eyes. And a little bit down here. It is my greatest self.
You look amazing. Hello.
So well. Okay, take it away.
I'm going to take this question, but if I die doing it.
You guys were amazing at karaoke yesterday.
Oh, thank you.
So I was wondering, what do you think your character would have a character stage name that would be for them?
Character stage name?
What, do you have a stage name?
Yeah.
The stage name was most definitely be Mitch Davis. And his go-to song would be Bullet in the Head. Or Rage Against the Machine.
The karaoke handle of Mrs. Catch would be Mr. Grenade Launcher. He's coming in like a cannon.
Or it could be Cannonball by Damien Rice.
Cannonball, yeah. Wrecking Ball.
We're right there.
Yeah, Cannonball by Damien. No, Wrecking Ball. Yeah, it's more your style. How about you, Garth?
I don't know. I hate
Garth Brooks, Friends in Low Places.
I'll take it. Well, actually, I'll just be up here and put some finger in my mouth, so survive my voice. I don't know. I'm not good at those kind of things, but I'll take your answer though.
He played the last 3 nights or 2 nights in Dublin, Garth Brooks.
Who did?
Garth Brooks.
You played what?
He played 5 nights over the course of 2 weeks. 2 weekends, over the course of 2 weekends. So Garth Brooks.
I know he is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He played half of Ireland went to the fucking things. It's unbelievable.
Oh, in Dublin, you said?
Ireland, yes.
Oh, he played Dublin. I didn't understand what you said.
Fucking shit. Alright, Spawn, shut. How's it going? Sue.
You did subtitles. That is not a big problem. I was born in Tennessee and went to Cambridge. I am fine.
Shall we move on? Hi. Come on over. Save us.
I would do that question.
Sure.
Do you like pickles?
Pickles are good, yes.
I love pickles. They're one of my favorite foods on earth.
A must on any sandwich.
They're the best.
Next part.
The second part is how did you ask out the person that you asked out?
Wow.
How old are you?
11.
Oh wow.
Are you thinking, are you planning? Is there a sweet on someone? Maybe.
Do you have a sorry, what is your name? Oh, it's Kellen again. Kellen with a different outfit. Kellen, you're really putting us up for this again. And do you have a girlfriend?
Are we talking about 2022 or are we talking old school classical gentleman courtship here?
Old school.
Old school.
Because it wasn't 2022 when you asked out your first dates. I fucking hope it was.
I mean, I think I did what everybody else did. I asked somebody to go to a school dance with me, right? Would you go to the dance with me? Check this box, yes or no. Do you like me? That's true. Check this box, yes or no. That's what you did back then, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. I was gonna live in a mansion with 9 children. Of course. I'm sorry, you're weird.
Yeah, go on the internet. Wait a second. Go on the internet and figure out how to make one of these old school things.
You'll know. Look up this. Just type in these words.
But then, all of the answers will you go out with me? So if you read it in your face, that's it. Old school, new school with an internet project, and tell your teacher for extra credit you did it.
Or you could do what I did and just ask your mate to ask the girl. Hey, did you ask her if she'd go out with me? I know, but I was his age, for God's sake.
Are you going to have school dances soon in a post-COVID era when they bring back the school dance?
Do they have school dances
Do
still?
they have those anymore? Just make sure you dance like this. And then when you're old enough,
Hey,
With written consent. With written consent.
Let's not get too
Ensure
old.
it gets facts to your HR coordinator.
Who's got the trunk or
How do you ask about people now?
on Tinder?
Yeah,
I don't use Tinder.
Who's on the dating apps here? Who here is actively on
Shout
dating
me back
apps?
there.
Who's on dating app?
You're lying. Really?
I'm not.
Are we that old
dating
school?
apps.
This is
How many
fantastic.
people in bars, like normal? Yeah,
I've never been on a dating
I'm
app, but
truly
I hear
twice a
they're
week,
wretched
and I meet
over.
people at bars.
Are they horrible?
Well, my friend actually is starting a dating app. She's a single mother. She launched it in Ireland and the UK. It's going to launch in America next year. But it's called Frollo. And it's for
What's it called? Frollo?
Frollo, yeah. Don't brag on the name. She's a single mom. She's starting her own
That's what
app.
it stands for. I'm not bagging on her.
No, I was just
I'm
telling
bagging on you.
Frollo. Frollo, that's just the name. But anyway, and it's for single parents to meet other single parents. And I think that's, that's a good one. I think it's a real smart idea.
Get on Frollo, and we'll go for Froyo.
Yeah, see, it's never going to work in the States.
Yeah, it's not.
Hi. Oh no, can we, yeah, this side.
Yeah, it's right.
Great singing that.
Risha! Risha!
No.
Rush.
Risha! Risha!
Yeah, they butchered your name last
Wrong
time. I made
name.
him do it. I remember that.
I called you Richie because I
Richie, you don't know Richie yet, right?
We do remember you because you were epic. Way to go.
yes.
Thank you.
You were epic, though.
Was that a bound costume you were wearing? No?
No.
Okay, it's lovely costume.
No.
Was that Shut Up and Dance With Me? Did you sing Shut Up? That was you. Ah, I love that song.
Yeah, you killed it.
That's a bop.
What's your favorite drink to recommend?
Favorite drink?
Oh, that's a good one.
Tequila. Casamigos on the rocks.
I'm margaritas all day long. Margaritas.
I'm more of an Arnold Palmer type guy. Okay, I'm not. If I was recommending, it would be more specific, it would be a certain type of Irish whiskey, like a red breast 12.
Have you ever had Writer's Tears?
Have I ever had which?
Writer's Tears. It's a great Irish whiskey.
Writer's Tears?
Irish Tears.
No.
Oh, it's delicious.
Okay. Writer's Tears.
You have something to live for.
I'm going to have to try some. Thank you for the recommend.
In Welsh, Roger's tears means something very different. Roger's my sheep. Anyways,
And it's Writer's Tears.
Writer's Tears.
Writers. We don't have any of them in Wales, I know.
Book Galen is close cousin.
Yes, yeah. But hold on a second. If anyone wants a bit of inspiration, do you know the actor Michael Sheen? So, Wales have got themselves to a World Cup in soccer in Qatar in December, and I think they're in the same group as the English. And he's on this British. He goes on this guest on this British TV show. It's like a funny game show with a sporting kind of background. And he gives this monologue. Just Google Michael Sheen Wales on An Eagle the Road is the name of the show. And he does this monologue. It's fucking amazing.
It really is amazing.
It'll lift the hairs on the back of your neck. It's fantastic. I recommend, not now, okay? I'll see you put it away, but afterwards.
I mean, you don't even have to like sports. It's
So good.
It's really inspiring.
Good, great. Hi.
Hi, I'm Heather from Raleigh, North Carolina.
Hi, Heather.
This is a good segue, actually, as a for David. You've done the State Farm ads with Patrick Mahomes. I just wanted to know, what is he like?
Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
So, any football fans here?
He's 27 today. Patrick Mahomes is 27 today.
How do you know that?
Right? That's weird trivia.
So, any Packers fans? Any Chiefs fans? Alright, so good stat for both. So,
Oh, you're right.
I played that another douchebag in a suit. Funny. Not on the nose at all. Guy named Gabe, and I got to work with two of the best quarterbacks in the NFL for a season, and one more with Mahomes. Both of these guys are some of the classiest, nicest, graceful people I ever met. And I mean, Mahomes, you talk about a heart, just like that is just a down-home guy who just is such a sweetheart and just loves to play and such a good guy. And his charity work that he's doing in Kansas City is amazing. Like, I could not vouch for a nicer guy.
Why can't you tell him to come and hang out with us next week?
I didn't get his
Text
number.
him.
I didn't know. We didn't exchange visits. But both those guys were great. It was really fun. Really
You got
fun.
to go to a Kansas City game, didn't you?
Oh my goodness. Chiefs Kingdom? Been down the tailgating at Chiefs Kingdom? Bloody epic. Amazing.
See, tailgating would never work in Ireland.
No?
Like, there's no way you can have a car park full of cars and booze at 9 o'clock in the morning and expect anyone to make the fucking game 5 hours later.
That's true.
Like,
Well, it's all the
wobbling all
barbecue.
around the place.
The barbecue. And I got, this is gonna be.
Marcus is smiling about her.
That would have been an interesting class conversation, I think.
I was very upset, by the way, when I found out Garth was turning into a werewolf. I was at a wine tasting and went outside and got a call from Adam Fergus, who writes the character, and found out that I was turning into a werewolf, and I was pissed. Because Dean would have to kill me.
Yeah.
And so, but they wrote the way out of it beautifully, and to keep Garth around, and the send-off was so beautifully written. But I had to, he came to a dinner party at my house, and we were vegan vampires, so we ate cow hearts.
What's the episode?
Yeah. It was like a hard day. Cow hearts are not as good looking as they look in real life. They were gelatin. The more you chew them, the bigger they get. It was not the best. Yeah, but I was pissed. The writers on the show were really amazing.
Yeah. He was such fun
I
stuff.
don't know if anybody really answered your question at all.
But that's how this goes. We answer 30% of the questions, tell a story that's unrelated, we forget who we're talking to, and then we move on. Isn't that how this works?
I answered it. Thank you very much. Cannon points here.
I don't know.
Hi.
Hi. Do you remember me, David?
Hey, Cole? Yeah, Heather. Pretty good. Pretty good.
Yeah, you're
Pretty good with the names.
All right, great. But my question's for DJ.
I get paid the same, folks. I get paid the same. Love you, Heather.
I love you, David.
My question is, I'm a real fan of the movie The Core.
Oh, yeah.
And I just wanted to know, like, kind of how you got that role, and did you create some of that character, or was it pretty just scripted out?
It was really early in my career. It was like my second big film. They offered it to me. Actually, I went in to meet on it, and it was either me or Regina King for that part. And I don't know if she turned it down, but I wound up getting it. And then we went to Vancouver, and the movie went 6 months over schedule.
Wow.
Like, the writing was terrible.
Those are the good days.
It was great.
Is that the Halle Berry one?
No, it's Hilary Swank, Aaron Eckhart, Stanley Tucci, and Richard Jenkins. Here's the funny thing though, like it's so, like, I think that my deodorant, I didn't realize the difference between deodorant and antiperspirant until a couple of years ago. There's aluminum, I always use antiperspirant, I don't even sweat. And so I think that the aluminum oxide kind of antiperspirant is giving me early onset dementia because I forget that I work with people. I went up to Richard Jenkins at a party like 2 months ago and said I want to work with him one day. He's like, I was in the Core with you. The movie went 6 months over. We stayed in the same apartment complex. I totally forgot. But the coolest thing about that was I got to go out on an aircraft carrier with the Navy for a week, and we filmed every day on the bridge of the ship. But the most embarrassing thing also was from that, running up and down the ship's bow, or the deck, where the planes land, screaming, "It's the whales! It's the whales!" It's so embarrassing. Second only to turning into a werewolf in front of people. That's really embarrassing. Without the sound effects and all the VFX, it's just like this. So dumb. And people behind the cameras are like, yeah, it's all right. Yeah. Did I answer any of your questions? I remember.
Great question, Heather. Hi.
Hi.
Oh, look at me. Okay, yeah.
It's okay.
Sorry, little one, it's Trunks.
Would you say your name's Amelia? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Hi,
Okay,
Amelia.
Um,
hey Amelia.
What a very good question.
That's a great question. And I was going to call, I understood every word she said.
She's American English. Generally, it takes 8 to 10 days in American television these days. Would you guys concur?
Yeah, it was our show was 8 episodes, right?
Yeah.
It depends on how much money they have.
Yeah.
And if they've got a lot of money, like the big shows like Game of Thrones or all these big shows you might hear about, they sometimes get 2 weeks.
Well, actually,
That's 14 days. That's not like, that's not counting the weekend.
Yeah, we shot 14 to 21 day episodes of Man in the High Castle.
Yeah, so if it's a big budget show with a lot of big explosions, let's say, or like fancy monsters or something, then they might have to have bigger episodes that cost more money. So it's all about money. So on our show, Supernatural, it was 8 day episodes.
It was 8 episodes, right?
So it's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And then they started a new episode on the Thursday. That make sense?
And that's American prime time, pretty standard, about 8 days.
Yeah, 8 days, right?
Great question.
Great question, Miriam. You're gonna go far.
That was an adult question.
Hi.
Hi, my question is also for DJ. I'm sorry.
Don't apologize.
I won't. Do you think Garth and Bess had more kids? And if so, what did they name them?
Oh, you know Garth and Bess had more children. I bet at this point they probably had 5 or 6 of them. Probably anything but Sam, right? Was it Dean? Dean, yeah. Anything but Dean. He probably went through the whole thing. There's probably...
Bobby.
Yeah, for everybody. But Dean. Which I'm sure he did not do on purpose. At all. Because he's such a lover. Yeah, you know, that's all. They live in Wisconsin, they live in rural Wisconsin. I'm pretty sure they don't have cable television. They have a lot of children at this point.
We do have cable.
Oh. They do have what? How do you know they have cable?
No, he didn't mean everyone in Wisconsin.
No, they don't have. Do you live in Garth's neighborhood? That was not a slight against Wisconsin. I love your cheese and your cheese hats.
Go back up.
Hi.
Hello, gentlemen. My name is Chase. I'm from Grand Junction, Colorado.
So, Chase.
I really enjoyed you guys last night at karaoke, so I was curious if you guys were actually going out on your own, what is your go-to karaoke
Ooh, I
song?
love that. I love that question. Go ahead. No, go first.
No, you come
I've
in.
been talking so much. You talk.
But I love the sound of your voice and I can understand you.
Oh no.
You sound so cute.
Oh no. I really messed this up. I've never heard any of this. Okay, so my favorite, I'm a big Tina Turner fan, so Simply the Best by Tina Turner is my go-to. And then when I'm too raspy to hit those notes, ain't nothing but, Talk Dirty to Me by Poison. Always. Well, I've seen the concert 4 times, by the way, and I'm not ashamed of it.
James? Some of you probably already know this, that I used to sing it with the Saturday Night Special. I love to sing Faith by George Michael. It's a great song. Versions of it online.
I've done anything by you too. I've done like With or Without You, Streets of No Man. But, do you know what? I have never heard Osric do Lose Yourself. But Osric Chow does Lose Yourself by Eminem. And
It's pretty crazy.
I'd love to do something like that, because I don't consider myself a very good singer, but I think that's something that would be quite difficult to learn, but the payoff would be kind of cool.
I think you're a good singer. I've heard you sing.
I have to reach for that.
Yours. I'm not just trying to make amends.
Okay.
Hi. How are you?
Good. I was wondering what body part you wouldn't mind losing.
Oh, I don't want any more kids. So that little bit that they cut in between, like when they do the vasectomy, I'll lose whatever that little bit is. Not the appendage itself. I've noticed that's something that Daniel does. I have nothing to do with it. We played Soggy Biscuit in my school.
Well, I think they just have to put a little Botox down there and just in his hair.
Botox.
Yeah.
If you could actually Botox your balls and make them smooth, I would do it. Because I did a movie once with a man who was in his late 50s and told me that he sat on his balls the night before, and I found out that was possible. It traumatized me. So I've been looking for options ever since. Because gravity's mean. It's done against my face and that can go soon.
Balls?
He said he sat on his balls! It was Bill Engvall from the group I talked to. Just so you know.
It was probably like after a long day, and he was like, ah, fuck, I'm so tired, and clumped on the couch.
It's just the thought of it. I hate ball trauma so much. If I ever come to in front of the television, I think I walk past the guy that's from his home videos and pop and go home all that. I'm like, what did I see? What did I see? Dude, I hate ball trauma. I don't want to lose any part of my body. It's a giant fear of me. Last night we were in the band. Somebody was talking about there's a one-eyed actor who now does all the one-eyed parts, and I got queasy. I can't. No body parts lost. I would lose my sense of smell though if I had to lose something.
No, you said it's
Okay, I'm gonna lose my pinky toe.
because they lose your sense of taste.
Oh, I don't want to do that. Specifically, when I had COVID, I found it impossible to get full. Like I was eating them because you can't taste stuff. It's such a big part of eating. I lose my pinky toe then. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Pinky toe qualifies for your luck.
Yeah, cool. Take it down.
I would go for my superfluous third nipple because like it literally is superfluous in the title.
And it's on his back.
Yeah. And now that my cat is dead, it has no purpose.
Yeah. It's ruining perfectly good shirts. Lactating during panels is just not cool.
Oh man.
Hi.
My name's Mara, and
My apologies.
He was just expressing himself.
He's expressing himself. Sorry.
I don't mean to break down the news, but I lost my dad this year in May, and didn't realize how tight my comfort was into Supernatural. I binge watched it twice, immediately after, like all 15 seasons, all the episodes.
That's it.
So my question to you guys is, do you have something that you watch for comfort when you're feeling down?
That's a really good.
I'm so sorry to hear about your dad, first and foremost. That's so
And
sad.
also, we are all honored as your family members to be part of this wonderful community, and that this piece of art kind of brings a lot of people together.
Yeah, absolutely, Dave. I mean, I think that's absolutely true.
I know a lot of people at my tables express how the show got me through stuff, and it's a really kind of universal theme, and like I don't think we can quite put a finger on it, but there's something about family and perseverance and living through the gray and the troubles and still just coming back to love and kindness and compassion, right? I think that's somewhere in there.
And when somebody's thought they're not really...
Exactly, correct.
I think that has a lot to do with why the show is so popular, and you know there are many reasons. But I would start off by saying that I don't have a show outside of this one that brings me as much joy as this show has brought me over the years. And I can't imagine that I have a show that would, in comparison to your situation, that I would bring me so much comfort. But I do have a show that I always go back to. And I always watch The West Wing, and for inspiration as an actor more so than anything else. I just love the writing and the dialogue in that. Yeah.
I tend to go to music more, but I have a good cry playlist. Very sentimental, very nostalgic, and I encourage a good cry, everyone. It's good for the nervous system. The absence of crying shuts us down, I think, sometimes. So crying is good for the soul. As long as it's not the performative cry.
Those are David Haydn-Jones crocodile tears.
DJ?
So when during the pandemic, I watched The Amazing Race from beginning to end, and I find myself late at night or when I'm feeling there's something, the beautiful thing about that is just people facing fears over and over and over again, and it's not mean-spirited. And I really like that. And the idea of exploration and travel, getting outside your comfort zone, I find it makes me feel safe. So I go back to those types of shows a lot. But that's also just generally what I gravitate toward anyway. Like the Great Pottery Throwdown, if you've never watched it, watch it. It's like the Great British Baking Show, but with pottery. Like, I love that stuff because it's the triumph of the individual of doing something like, look how nerdy this is, or look how weird I am. And that's also a big component of the show. I mean, we seem to attract, and we all are, a bunch of broken toys, which I sort of love about that. And the fact that you can come up here and tell us something personal, and know that you'll be accepted. That's a big thing for me. And and for me, like coming out and doing that kind of stuff and being honest like that, it's because I'm in a group of people. Like even when that happened and there was some not nice things said, I didn't read it for a few months. I went back and read through the stuff, and you guys tore people to shreds for me. So we're here to get your back too, always. So we got you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Hi.
What's your favorite scent, and sense?
Say that 3 times.
What's your favorite scent as in smell, scent as in coin, and sense as in the 5 senses?
Okay.
Smell, I'm an olfactory guy. Scent is anything citrus, or no, pine. Pine and citrus together. I'm allowed to Google a double, and then this solid quarter, feeling like a quarter. So do slot machines, can you do slot machines on the common line?
Can you see a billion cents?
Look at you, Bitcoin. I would like a million
I would love
Bitcoin.
a billion cents. And smell? Ooh. I don't know. I love walking into a kitchen when I cook, like someone's cooking some garlic and onions. Just getting that going.
Olive oil, onion, and garlic,
Or there, whatever we're eating, I'm gonna eat it. And then what was the last one?
Sense, like as in the 5 senses.
Oh, the senses. Oh God. I wouldn't like to lose any of them. I'm so visually stimulated, so I think my eyes would be one.
I love, all my colognes are fig based. I love the smell of figs. And so that's my favorite smell. My favorite, what's the money scent?
Yeah.
It would be the British pound, because I like the sound of them when you make them together. It's a specific sound that only exists in that, I know, right? I know that mistake.
It's not that weighted scent.
Yeah,
it's not weighted. It's like, you know that
it's unique to that sound.
You know in Lord of the Rings when the very first one, Fellowship of the Ring,